Hey everyone, better late than never. I finally watched Kantara yesterday, and my god, it has totally taken over my mind. It's not always that a piece of art can actually blow your mind and you keep thinking about it all day long. I have been facing the same since I watched it yesterday. It's beautiful, it's raw, and by this word raw, I put more emphasis on this because this film doesn't need those fancy visual effects or the extra 500, 1000 crores of budget. If you see the stat of this film, the film entire budget was 16 crores, just 16 crores. And here we have stars who ask for 20, 30 crores as their own fees. And look what they made. It's a grand show of Karnataka's deeply rooted folklore. The music, the true Indian regional music, the blend of horror, the sex comedy, the true raw action sequences, the cinematography, the locations, the true real locations where the film was shot really make it the most. I forgot one thing. By far, and I dare say this, by far for me, the best shot ever taken and shown in an Indian film is in this film. And as we move ahead with this review, we will be talking more about the story and the characters. So there might be spoilers in it. So if you have not watched the film yet, you should not see the review. Go watch the film, come back and watch the next few minutes, right? So the story dates back to old India, where there is a king. The king who has everything, the king who has the love of his family, the love of his people, money, land, but who doesn't have peace. So in search of that, he goes. And for that, he has to sign a pact with Lord, the god Panjurli, that he will have to donate his entire land to the villagers. And if he does that, he will find peace. But in future, if he or if any of his generation dares to take that land back, Lord Panjurli will take the most vicious, most fearsome form of Lord Gulia, and he will return and he will take his revenge. You see, this is the entire plot of the movie, and it was shown in the first 15 minutes of the film. So this story is not what makes it totally special. The way this movie sticks to the ground in every single frame of the film is what makes it special. You see that buffalo race, that itself is a movie on its own. I have never experienced in real, but glad we saw it in the film, and I would love to see it. The horror scenes that comes in between, it will take your breath away. When you sleep, you will think of those horror scenes and you won't be able to sleep. The sex comedy in between, it's not easy to put a sex comedy scene in such a thrilling movie, and they were able to do it with such ease. The raw action sequences, like earlier whenever I used to watch these movies, these mass movies, I used to really not like these action sequences. I used to find it too much. But what they showed in Kantara was true. Yes, this is how villagers fight. They don't just slap a guy or punch a guy and that guy or the enemy falls 2 kilometers ahead. This is how they fight. Raw fight. So I love the way they showed it, yeah, right? It's amazing. And now talking about the climax, it's not that we didn't predict what was going to happen in the last 10 minutes of the film. We all who were watching the film, we all knew that Lord Gulia was going to come in some or the other way. But the way they chose to show it was totally devastating, bro. It was amazing. In the start of the review, I said that this film has a scene that was taken and shown in a film, and it has become my favorite shot ever taken in an Indian film, and there is a reason. Let's discuss about that shot, right? So Shiva was dying. He was almost dead. The villagers are sad. He's dying, and then the voice of Lord Gulia starts coming. It's roaring, but he hasn't still entered that 16:9 frame. We still have Shiva lying. Then slowly, Lord Gulia starts coming from the right of the screen. And he's levitated. He's coming in a levitated manner. And he's slightly trembling. And then he shouts. He shouts, Shiva's hair slightly gets displaced. And he vanishes. And then he enters Shiva. And the way Shiva's acting, the way he gets those powers, and he starts acting like a superhuman. this scene is what made the film really special, and I am going to have this scene forever in my head. This is amazing, and the acting, right? People were like, he was acting in a nice way. The acting was good, but these last 10 minutes totally deserves an award for him. It's not what he doesn't deserve any award. Award deserves him for his acting. It was so good. This kind of film is a learning on its own. Means you can watch this film 10-20 times and you can learn everything about this film. You will learn how to make thrillers. You will learn how to put sex comedies in between this thrilling action. How to make a raw action film. How to put horror sequences. It's amazing. I am overreacting, but it had such an experience on me that I had to say this review. And I hope you like this, and I really hope we get more movies like this, right? We always we go and we crave and we promote Western movies, but the stories, these kind of stories we have in our India. We don't have to look further. We just have to dig deeper in our country and we will get stories, unmatchable stories. And I hope we get more movies like this. This is not a South Indian film, or this is not even an Indian film. This is true cinema. Every cinema lover in this entire world would love this film. I would love to promote this film. I can't even give it a rating because it is so good. The budget, if you keep the entire perspective in the mind, the film is blockbuster. So I hope you like this review as well. And if you're watching, if you have reached this point of the review, I would love you to put a comment. If you are from that part of Karnataka, if you have seen Bhuta Kala in real, put a comment. I would love to know what you think of it. And yeah, thanks for watching my review. See you soon. Bye.
वराहरूप